be funny and weird. And then I'll say release. When I say release, whatever's happening will stop. So key in will start things, release will stop things. We'll turn the switch on and off and on and off with alarming frequency. So, my question is, the interesting thing about it, as you focus intently and listen carefully to the very words I'm giving you, your unconscious mind, the biggest part of your mind, works with your imagination down below the surface in a way that will enable you to go into this further and faster with no real conscious awareness of how you are creating and maintaining and causing that trance state to keep amplifying and building more and more as each second passes, because it happens down below the threshold. Now, the second freaky thing about hypnosis is the longer you're here, the stronger and faster it works. It keeps building up. And the third freaky thing is I'd like all of you to totally forget the first freaky thing now. That's right. Totally gone. Because we've already started. And we've drifted across that line into trance, as I warned you we would. And you have a blank about 20 seconds long where you can't remember what I was talking about. And the more you try to remember, the larger the blank gets. But I think it's important for you to be certain to remember to forget certain things. Haven't you? Remember amnesia? Is it possible to remember amnesia? It's not forgetting. Amnesia is forgetting that you have forgotten anything like that. And that weird internal disorganization you are feeling right now is because your unconscious mind is listening to me. You're doing so well. Let's begin. Step 1, paralysis of the hands. Interlock your hands like this. Press your palms tightly together. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Lock your elbows out in front of you. Stare at your hands intently and start to squeeze tighter and tighter, and begin to lock your hands together so tightly that on the count of 3, everything you try to get them apart will lock them tighter. Stare at them closely, intently, focus on them, and close your eyes now. Close your eyes and squeeze even tighter. Make sure you put your feet flat on the floor and squeeze tighter and tighter. And 1, locking in tightly, intently. And we key in, there's the magic words, 2, tighter and tighter, welding them together, keeping your eyes shut, totally locked on 3. With your eyes shut, pull, you go tighter. And the harder you pull, the tighter and tighter. You lock your hands even more. Strain from the shoulders. Pull harder. You lock them even more. It's unbelievable. We're going to get them apart. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Release. They come apart just like that. Eyes open, wide awake now. We've only lost a man in the purple. Give him a hand as we send our first one back. Let him go. Now, you don't have to clap. You're already up here. There's no prizes or anything. Step 2. Watch out for this. This is where your eyes lock shut. The catalepsy, the locking moves from your hands to your eyes. And your eyes lock so tightly shut. Let's bring them all the way back, wide awake now. Hello, and welcome back. Welcome back. Hello. Put your arms down, they're yours. Put your arms down. Now, don't make me be your parents. Watch out for your eyes locked tightly shut. Now, the weird thing about it is all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. I don't have any power over you. All I do is make friends with your unconscious mind, the big part of your mind, and say, well, I sort of mess around with this person's brain. Your unconscious goes, cool, I'll do that. And it does. Your eyes are going to lock so tightly, the harder you try to open them, the tighter they lock. And you can even try to force them. They seal shut. Focus here. And breathe in. Raise your hands, palm down. Breathe in. That's it. Look at this hand. Exhale. Drop your hands. Shh. Eyes closed now. And begin to lock your eyes tightly shut. As you relax your arms, lock your eyes tighter and tighter. And on the count of 3, everything you try to open those eyes will lock them tighter. 2, sealing, gluing shut. And we key in, there's the magic words, totally locked on 3. Try anything to open them. They go tighter and tighter. Every effort you make to attempt to open those eyes locks them even more. As your arms relax, your eyes lock tighter and tighter. And we're going to get them open. Ready? 1, 2, 3, release. They open just like that. Come back to now. Nicely done. Give them a hand as though you cared. We got a good group here. It's going to make it weird when we get to the other stuff. Now, here's the third step. Please be careful with this. It's the only one where anyone was ever actually injured, because your hands spin out of control really fast. Keep your face away from your hands. Simple, right? I forgot to say that one night. One guy, his hands spinning so fast, he was so amazed, he got too close. his right thumb entered his nostril and snapped his head back. He got the mother of all nosebleeds. I didn't know, and the audience is yelling and waving, and I'm waving back going, thank you very much, and then realized he's showering them with blood because he couldn't stop his hands. It's never happened again, so keep your head away and you'll be fine. If you have anything around your neck, tuck it in just so you don't snag the chain and hang yourself. So, focus right here, and we key in again. In a minute, I'm going to ask you to raise both your hands, palm down again, breathe in, and then drop your hands, not yet. And then I'm going to ask you to spin your hands and stare at them. And as I count to 3, speed them up. When I get to 3, I'll say now, and they go totally out of control. And every time I say reverse, they change direction and go the other way instantly. So we might even get your feet bouncing up and down, which has nothing to do with it, but it makes an interesting sound. Focus right here on this hand and breathe in. Raise both your hands, palm down. Deep breath, drop your hands. One more time. Breathe in, raise your hands. And exhale, drop your hands. And look at your hands and spin them really fast. No, really fast. And focus on them. 1, accelerating, picking up speed, faster and faster all the time. 2, taking off incredibly fast. Away they go on 3. Now, faster and faster and faster. The harder you try to stop, the faster they go, the bigger the circles get. They are about to change direction. Reverse the other way. And everything you do to try to stop them makes them go even more, even faster. Reverse the other way again. The feet taking off, bouncing up and down. Let's get the feet bouncing up and down incredibly fast. Isn't hypnosis wonderful? And the weirdest thing of all is, I'm at work right now, where we're going to stop them. Ready, 1, 2, 3, release. They stop just like that. Let's give them a hand as we send the young woman here back. Give her a hand as she returns. Somebody take that chair. Now, then, you're going to get relaxed. So, I want to warn you, some people lie down. You do not lie down like this. No face plant. Those of you in chairs, you're probably just sort of slumped. But those of you standing, some people sort of relax like this. But some people do lower themselves to the ground. Have a look at where the band's equipment is again. Avoid like the plague. And this is going to get mostly our final group, so focus here. Then we're going to South America. Breathe in, raise your hands now. Hold your breath. Exhale, drop your hands. Again, breathe in, raise your hands. Exhale, drop your hands. Eyes closed now. And let your shoulders go limp. Let your head get heavy and begin to flow down, deep down, relax in a really comfortable way. And every second, every moment causes you to drift deeper. Let your legs get tired and flow down more comfortably second by second. And I'm going to count down from 10 to 0. And when I get to 0, you can be deep down relaxed in a deep, comfortable trance. 10, relax further. 9, flow down further. We're getting our final group. 8 and 7, let your head get heavier. Let your arms go limp. 6 and 5, that's it, way down. That's right, 5 and 4, rest and dream, almost there. And I start sending some of you back already, that's right, deeper all the time. 3 and 2, and sleep, rest and dream now. 1 and 0. That's right, way down. Now I'm going to come around you one at a time. If I touch your hand, just go even deeper. And if I touch you on the forehead, you'll wake up to go back to the audience and it won't affect you again. And when we send back, it stops working. So I'll either touch your hand and send you deeper, or I'll touch your forehead and awaken you. Here we go. Jesus. Take my phone. What's going on? What is so weird? Yo, what's happening?
guy's glasses came off because the guy fell on them and pulled me down. Holy shit.
A power so great it could only be used for good or evil. Now key into this. Notice you're a little bit uncomfortable. Make yourself comfortable and go even deeper. So simple to do. So easy. That's right. Move as much as you need to, slowly and gently. That's it, very carefully. Perfect, you can hold that position. And now key into this. From now on, anytime I shake your hand and say sleep, you'll go right back into a hypnotic trance instantly, flowing down to the floor. Anytime I shake your hand and say sleep, your eyes will close. Your body will collapse. You'll go deep into trance instantly. And the longer you're up here, the stronger and faster things will work and the better mood you'll be in. And you'll listen intently to everything I say. You'll never get into side conversations. You'll focus and listen. And when you go back later on, you'll feel absolutely awesome and amazing. So we want to take that ride now, key into this. Anytime I shake your hand and say sleep, go back into it instantly. And anytime later on, you're going to hear me say X-ray. When I say X-ray, you will have X-ray vision. All clothing that you look at will melt away in front of your eyes. And you'll come up to the front of the stage and look at the audience and you'll realize it's nudist night at Western. The entire audience will be stark raving naked when I say X-ray. And when I say reverse, the X-ray vision will switch off and your own clothing will go transparent. You'll have to cover up carefully. But that's later on. When I say X-ray, you'll have X-ray vision. When I say reverse, it'll switch. On the count of 3, you'll be wide awake, getting up carefully, because there's people near you in odd positions. On the count of 3, you'll be wide awake, wondering what on earth is going on. Ready, 1, coming out of it, 2, awakening. Wide awake on 3, release now. Welcome back to the world of snails and adventure. Oh. Yes, it'll all make sense tomorrow. Wow, what an amazing group. This is gonna be great. So now, hello. Grab a chair. Whenever a chair becomes available, take it. But make sure the person's actually left. You guys look like you've just been ridden hard and put away wet. You're looking exhausted, like horses get that strange 1,000-yard stare. But here, wide awake, come all the way back. There we are. Now what we're gonna do is put them into it further by fractionating them, but let's take a journey. We are gonna get to the control panel of your imagination. You have an immensely powerful imagination. We all do. I'm gonna show you how to turn it on. So focus right here and breathe in, raise your hands again. And hold your breath. Now close your eyes, but stay up straight. Breathe normally with your eyes shut. And turn on the ignition key in your imagination right now. Reach out with your hand and imagine you turn that ignition key full on. Excellent. Key in will start things, release will stop things. And we're gonna take our first journey. It's gonna be an amazing one. Let your arms relax. I want you to imagine in front of you is the control panel of your imagination, and somewhere there is the actual lever or dial or switch that is for your imagination itself. Now that you've turned it on, find the dial or the switch, turn it up to full power. There you go. And it'll stay on full power until the end of the show, and then it'll go back to where it normally should be. Perfect. And now key into this. Let's use that new powerful imagination. And those of you standing, you can all let your arms relax comfortably, sitting or standing. Those of you near the chairs, please stay close to the chairs for this entire thing. You'll be much safer that way. Imagine you are resting comfortably in a tropical environment. Wonderful, fresh, clean, oxygen-rich air. Imagine somewhere in the tropics, maybe the South American rainforest, the light shining through the trees, the beautiful freshness, the blue sky up above with a few clouds floating lazily by. Take a good breath of that fresh air, you'll feel even better. Excellent. Every time you breathe in, you key in stronger, and every time you breathe out any stress. And you'll stay in your chair the whole time, and you'll stay standing the whole time if you don't have one. But imagine now the clouds floating by. Notice how your imagination is ridiculously powerful. Make one of those clouds look exactly like a turkey. There it is. Like a turkey ready for Thanksgiving with the legs pointing up. Make it float across the sky there. And make it float into that square cloud that's shaped like an oven. Let it just float right inside. See, you got the ultimate special effects in your imagination. That's great. Now close the door on the turkey so it can cook. And you can wave goodbye to Mr. Turkey Cloud. You're not going to see him again. Feeling fantastic. Imagine in front of you the mountain range in the distance, capped with snow. Brilliant. But you know, you can make those mountains look even better with your powerful imagination. So why not reach out with your hands, grab onto the mountains and pull them in. Now remodel them. Do some serious reworking of those mountains. Make them taller or shorter, make them jagged or smooth. And as you interact with them, they get more vivid second by second. It's wonderful. And don't lose your chair if you have one. You want to be up straight so you can interact with those mountains. Change the color of the mountains. Make them look a nice color. You can paint them or spray them or will them to change. Somebody's got polka dot mountains. That's amazing. Somebody else has got a little railway track running down the side. That's beautifully done. The forest there. Someone's got plaid or tartan on their mountains. Amazing creativity. Get a good breath and enjoy looking at those mountains because they're perfect. Stop the painting. Look at them. Fantastic work. But we got to dry the paint so we can push them back. So dry the paint. Dry those mountains off. We cannot push them back until the paint is completely dry. We cannot even think of pushing them back until the paint is absolutely dry. There we go, it's dry. Push them right back to the horizon. Use your foot if you have to. Perfect. Look how much better your mountains look than everybody else's. Theirs are actually pathetic compared to yours. So why not do the world a favor and just with a wave of your hand make everyone else's stupid mountains disappear, and we'll keep only yours that then will multiply and fill the horizon with perfection. Nice work. And now I want you to notice that between you and the mountains there's a pond of water. It's actually like a small lake, and the waters are dark and mysterious. Now there's no snakes or anything nasty, but there are big fish in that water. And we're going to find out what kind of fish are there, even if you don't like fishing. We got to check this out because we have for you, in a minute, we're going to give you a $10,000 rod and reel combination that's absolutely amazing. And a huge chest full of fishing lures. This rod and reel only weighs about a quarter pound. But you can pull in a 600-pound marlin with this thing. It's amazing. So, reach out, grab onto the fishing rod. There it is. Get a grip on that sucker. As you interact with it, the trance gets deeper. And just flick it. Notice how light it is. You can knock a mosquito out of the air with that thing. It's amazing. But there's no hook, just a leader on the end. So, rummage around in that enormous tackle box, and let's get a big, scary-looking lure bristling with hooks, and snap that sucker on the end of the line. Beautiful. All right, hold it up straight. Everybody hold it up straight. Now there's something you haven't noticed yet. On the reel, there's a little digital gauge. This thing is nuclear powered. It actually has a small nuclear reactor in it, and there's a digital gauge to show you how far it's being cast. It's at 0 right now because we haven't cast. So hold the rod up straight. Careful, some of you are swinging the lure into your face. Watch your eyes on the hooks. Now flick your wrist, just to do a little flick and watch what happens. Look at that, 48 meters with just a flick of your wrist. It's amazing. Okay, start reeling it back in. Wait, let's try the power rewind from the nuclear reactor. Get ready to duck. Hit the red button. Watch your head. Carefully, it comes back fast. Okay, it's all right. Hold it up straight. Oh, look, you got a pile of weeds stuck on your hook there, and there's a little minnow hooked through the eye. Why does that always happen? Take the weeds off the hook. Take the minnow off the hook. Throw them back in. Now your hands are all fishy and slimy and disgusting. Smell your hands. They smell so gross you won't believe it. They're the worst odor. It's horrible, sickening, fishy smell. In fact, they smell so gross that you cannot resist smelling them again just to check. Oh, horrible. There's an old rag beside you. Clean them off on that old rag. That's it, just clean them off. Beautiful. Okay, hold the rod up straight. We're gonna cast. We're doing a power cast now. Ready? 1, 2, 3, cast! Look at the digital readout. 426 meters. You have just set a world record for a cast. That's incredible. You got a knack for this, you know. You could just go fishing on the weekends and make tons of money. There's huge bucks in this. Wait, you got a bite. Don't scare it away. It's big. Whatever happens, you'll stay exactly where you are. Your chair will be stuck to the floor. You'll stay on your chair. And if you're standing, you won't back up because this thing is big. It's starting to run with the line. It's pulling out all the line. The nuclear reactor is getting too hot. It's starting to melt down. Put some water on it. Cool it down. Oh, you made it slippery. It flies out of your hands. You lost it. Oh, look, there's a small atomic explosion out there. Wow. Unbelievable. You just lost the rod and reel. $10,000 worth of equipment gone. $10,000 worth of rented equipment gone. You're going to be responsible to pay for this. And there's a $20,000 fine for fishing in the Amazon rainforest without a permit. And there's $20,000 in legal fees as well. All of a sudden you owe $50,000. 50,000 bucks. But the judge is lenient. He's very lenient. He's going to give you 10 minutes to get the money together. Otherwise, you'll spend 30 years in a fishing prison amidst the general population. But wait, look at the contract. You took the 25 cents insurance. You are totally covered against loss or damage, no matter how caused. They have to let you go. They've given your passport back. Make a gesture at the judge. Let him know how you feel about him. Yes, show him how you feel. He's got no power over you. Show me with your hands, how big was that fish? How big was it? Oh man, big one. Let your hands drop and go deeper now. And try to ignore the swarms of biting, itching mosquitoes that come out of the underbrush. The bugs buzzing around the face and the neck, and the irritating bugs getting way down in the ear canal. Irritating bugs, itching beyond belief. But the bugs are gone. The itching stops, but the sun beats down over the jungle. It's like being in the Gobi Desert, the driest place on earth. So hot, unbelievably hot. Your feet feel like baked potatoes in those shoes, and the sun beats down warmer, and it's getting hotter, and the temperature rises. You're so thirsty and still getting warmer second by second. But there's a cool breeze coming through. A cool, refreshing breeze. That's so much better. You feel better immediately. But the temperature's dropping too much now. It's the cold wind coming down from the mountaintop. It's like wind coming from the glacier up on the mountain, a gravity storm, the temperature dropping down to 3 degrees and getting colder by the second, -2 degrees, and the air is full of frost now, and there's snow, there's blizzard-like conditions starting. Your fingers are frozen, your toes are freezing, your nose is cold. But the scene changes. And we're back to the biting, itching insects. The mosquitoes and black flies are back. And there's ants as well. Ants in the pants. I can't believe how many ants there are. Bugs everywhere. But the bugs are gone. The itching stops. And we're back to the burning heat. The roasting heat of the Gobi Desert. Sweating so incredibly hot. terribly hot. And back to the freezing cold. The person near you is 10 times warmer than you are. The person near you is 10 times warmer than you are. Try to warm up. Warm up your nose. It's badly frostbitten. Warm up your nose, or you'll have to have it amputated when you get back to civilization. Oh no, your nose has broken off. It's on the floor. Find your nose. Put it back on. That's somebody else's nose. Gross. And ready, 1, 2, 3, release, wide awake. Let's have a hand for our volunteers here. Come on back. Shoes, all kinds of stuff here. I know it's weird, isn't it? Grab yourself a chair, let's get them sorted out again. Get your shoes back on. Now the weird thing is, just because they're up here, it's still building up. It's a bizarre thing. We don't actually have to be doing anything. It's still building stronger and stronger second by second. So we will take advantage of that fact by going on to our next little journey here. This is a special request. This is one I've been doing since 1975. It's my favorite stupid thing with hypnosis. So we're going to do it now. Those of you standing, get nice and close to the chairs so you can hold on to the back of a couple of chairs. You're going to need to. And no one's chairs will tip over with this at all. But focus here and key into this. Eyes closed now. But stay up straight. You're going to need to. And you can be in just as deep a trance sitting up straight or standing straight. Because we are going to take a ride on the fastest roller coaster in history. This roller coaster is designed to reach a top speed of about 100 kilometers per hour, but we're not going that fast today. We're going to get it up to about 300 kilometers per hour. We just turned the power way up and put some pennies behind the fuse box, and it seems to have worked. Now, I got a frantic phone call from the manufacturer. He said, I understand you're planning on pushing it past the recommended speed. I said, correct. He said, well, how fast do you think you're going? 85, 90 over the... I said, we're going to do about 300 kilometers per hour. And he started screaming at me and talking about this being irresponsible. And then he started talking about all kinds of stuff like angle of momentum and vector of the curve. And I didn't know what he's talking about. I'm not an engineer. I just hung up on him to show him. But you know, we did test it for your safety. Because your safety is our primary concern, sort of. We loaded the roller coaster up with dummies and sandbags, took it for a spin, and it was fine. Everything's fine. Till it touched a drop of oil on the track, and it caused the roller coaster car to leap off the track and go screeching down between the girders until it came to an abrupt stop, some would say crashed, by slamming into the glass and steel and concrete of the building below, and the dummies were no longer usable when we found them half a mile from the scene of the impact. Now, I was concerned, so I told the maintenance man, I said, get rid of the oil that's on the track. Clean it off. Simple, right? The guy's a fool. I said, clean off the oil. He thought I said, spray the track with as much oil as humanly possible. And that's what he's done. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, there used to be some low-hanging steel advertising signs over the track. How low? Well, in the last year alone, we had 3 decapitations, one of them quite serious too. Now, I told the maintenance man, same guy, I said, get rid of the low-hanging signs. He misunderstood. He thought I said sharpen the low-hanging signs and move them even lower down and then spray some more oil on the track, and that's what he's done. So you are going to have to duck when the signs are approaching. Whatever you do, don't duck too soon. If you duck too soon, you'll unbalance the roller coaster car, causing it to jump off the track and go slamming into the building below, like a runaway freight train flying through the air. And we don't want that to happen, do we? No, we do not want that to happen. So, let's practice ducking. I'm sorry that some of you have to stand all the way. This ride isn't designed for that. You're basically wedged behind the last row of seats. So, get a tight grip. We're not going yet, we're just pretending, whatever that means. So let's pretend we're whipping along at a couple of 100 miles per hour, about 300 kilometers, wind in our hair, beautiful day, sunny, and I see a low-hanging sign approaching, so I warn you, and I say low-hanging sign approaching, and then I say duck, and you duck down and up straight. Not bad, not bad. Some of you wound up on the tracks. That would be a nightmare. You got to stay in your seat. I think we would have had about 7 decapitations that time. I think you know who you are. So we'll give you another try. Hold on tight. Okay, pretend we're whipping along a couple of 100 miles per hour, wind in our hair, watching for low-hanging signs. I see one approaching, and I say, low-hanging sign approaching, and you're getting ready, and I say, get ready, wait for it, duck! Okay, up, 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 not bad at all. Only 1 decapitation that time, and that is well within acceptable losses, so we're going to start moving anyway. Imagine the track stretching out ahead of you, wet and greasy in the sunlight, the maintenance man spraying it with oil again because he's an idiot. Maybe you want to make a gesture at the maintenance man, let him know how you feel about his stupidity. Yes. Everybody reach down for your seat belts. They're difficult to find. They're extremely difficult to locate. They're unbelievably difficult to locate because there are no seat belts. I told the maintenance man to tighten them up. He thought I said cut them off and spray some more oil on the track. All right, here we go. Nobody will fall, nobody will be sick, it's going to be fast. Imagine the track stretching out, wet and greasy in the sunlight. And 1, we're about to start moving, it's a smooth ride. And 2, away we go on 3, now! Accelerating. And those of you standing, stand up straight, it's the only safe way to balance it. Into a left-hand turn. And a right-hand turn. And we straighten up. It's getting bumpy. Smooth again. Bumpy again. Low-hanging sign. Duck. Oh, nice work. We straighten up. A big slow right-hand turn. We straighten up again. Here comes the first hill. Up we go. Down we go. Low-hanging sign, duck! Oh, somebody got decapitated back there. His head's bouncing down the track. Make sure it's not yours. Up straight. We're slowing down. Maybe the ride's over. No, we're slowing down to build suspense because the final hill is half a mile high, higher than the CN Tower with the steepest drop in all roller coaster history. Hold on. This is going to be rough. Smooth ride, but scary. Up we go. Higher. Higher. Feel your ears popping with the altitude. Ears popping unbelievably with the air pressure change. Your ears are clear. We reach the top. We stop at the edge. They stopped it. Why did they stop it? It would have been over by now. Oh, it's the stupid maintenance man. He shut the power off. He's gone to get a beer. Look at this idiot. He stranded you at the top. And now he's getting something out of his briefcase. What is that? It's hard to tell at this range. It looks like it could be a Ruger Super Blackhawk 44 Magnum with a 14-inch barrel and Burns Martin triple draw shoulder holster. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Come on, let's see if we can get down. Give this thing a nudge. Give it a nudge, we'll roll down. Give it a nudge. We gotta nudge this sucker. Down we go! Low-hanging sign. We're slowing down. Look up ahead. Half a mile away, the track ends in a brick wall. The maintenance man spraying it with gasoline to make a more exciting crash. We're ready. 1, 2, 3. Release. Wide awake. Wide awake. Feeling fine. Come back to now. Give these people a hand. We have so many places to go with this. You guys are amazing. You covered a lot of ground. I'm just going to push you back a little bit. You guys must sort of straighten up the line a bit. Hello. Now, it gets weirder. It really does. Does anyone here have a belt I could borrow for a minute? You're not writing. Oh, beautiful. That is perfect. This could not be better, and you'll see why in a minute. Wow. Look at this. So here we got a belt. I'm just going to put this perfectly ordinary belt here. Key into this. I'm just going to place it here. Oh no, I got to pick it up carefully. I don't want anyone to get bitten. Just a belt. Here's just your belt. Here, come back. See? See? Release. Just a belt. Just a belt. Come back here, guys. Come back here. Can't release on that. Come over here. That's your belt. See, it's beautifully colored. I did like a boom slang or something. That's just awesome. Release on that. Just your belt. I promise it won't change again. For a little while, anyway. Come back. Come on back here. We have to turn up the volume by adding something new. Let's squeeze everybody back in. Grab your chairs if you have one. Lost your chair again. Key into this. See, the funny thing is, that sound, the hissing sound I was doing over the microphone, it becomes something that's called anchored in psychological terms. That sound now becomes anchored to the belt, and now I can anchor it to anything. Like we can make a Kleenex scary. Crazy, isn't it? Ridiculous. Key into this. Breathe in, raise your hands again. Recentering, eyes closed, stay up straight, back into trance. Exhale now. Whew, eyes closed now. Key into this. We want to give you a warning, a very important warning, because let all your arms relax. That's it. You don't keep your arms up. Give you a very important warning, because we all know how dangerous fire is. But you know, now people are realizing that water is equally dangerous. There's been theaters now where they built emergency exits in case a water breaks out. You know, somebody could spill a can of pop or something, and it could spread, and before long, the place is just wet everywhere, and you got to get the fire department to come and use flamethrowers to put out the water. And it's just bad news. It's happening everywhere. So it's your job as water officers of Western, appointed now, if any time any water gets spilled, it's really important that we deal with it immediately. You want to put out that water the same as you would put out a fire. Before it spreads, you get dampness everywhere. So if at any time any water is spilled, please immediately give the warning to the group by shouting, "Water!" at the top of your lungs, and then help me put the water out. Do you all understand that? Thank you. Very important. And key into this. Anytime I snap my fingers twice, like this, from now on, anytime I snap my fingers twice, and only when I do, you will immediately feel someone pinch you on the butt. And they'll do it really hard. And every time it happens, it'll get more painful and somehow more personal. Every time I snap my fingers twice, somebody will pinch you once. It'll get worse all the time. And you'll suspect and accuse each other. But you won't touch each other. You'll react by probably yelling at each other and moving away to a different spot. And you'll always keep the chairs in this pattern because we need to keep them like this. But anytime I snap my fingers twice, even when I'm wide awake, even when you're wide awake listening to me, it'll still work. You'll feel someone pinch you on the butt. It'll be really annoying. It'll get more painful every time. Key into that. If you understand that, you can nod your head now. That's right. And key into this. Anytime you hear me say, "Shut up," it won't sound like I said it. It'll sound like it came from the microphone stand. Now, the fact that the mic stand cannot talk will not even occur to you. You'll take it personally, and you'll point at the stand and yell, "You shut up!" You'll straighten out that irritating, disgusting stand by yelling at it. Anytime I say "shut up," you'll hear it coming from the stand, and it'll say it in a really irritating voice. It'll go, "Shut up." Oh, it'll just piss you off royally, and you'll point at the stand and yell, "You shut up." And then you'll be really proud of yourself, of how well you dealt with that irritating stand. If you understand that, you can nod your head now. That's right. And key into this. Anytime I put my thumbs on my teeth like this, open your eyes and look at me now. Like that. See? Just like that. Eyes closed now. Anytime I put my thumbs on my teeth like that, it'll be the weirdest, scariest looking thing you have ever seen in your life. You'll hate it. You'll say, stop doing that! You'll stay away from the band's equipment as usual, but you won't like looking at it either, and it'll get worse with repetition. If you understand that, you can nod your head now. That's right. So anytime I snap my fingers twice, somebody will pinch you once on the butt. It'll get worse every time it happens. You won't touch each other. You'll move away from that person, suspect and accuse each other, and anytime you hear me say, shut up, you'll think it was a microphone stand, you'll point at it and yell, you shut up. And anytime I put my thumbs on my teeth, like I showed you, it'll be the scariest thing you've ever seen. And the longer you're here, the stronger and faster things will work. The more readily your brain will accept the suggestions. And by doing so, when you go back to the audience in a while, you'll feel amazing. And it keeps building up. Ready, 1, coming out of it. 2, wide awake on 3 now. Hello. Excellent, you guys are doing a great job. See now, we have trained their unconscious minds over these few minutes, so we can now get in and out and create stupid suggestions pretty well at will. For example, the sensation of being pinched by someone nearby, which you'll recall is triggered by the simple means of me snapping my fingers twice, which means, why wait? Exactly. So I like to snap my fingers twice, just like that immediately. Person near you, what happened there? What happened over here? Come here, miss. What happened there?
He hit me! Don't touch my butt again!
Touch your butt again. Girl over there just got pinched on the butt. What happened?
I got pinched on the butt.
Who did it? Did you pinch her?
She pinched me.
You're pinching each other? What happened with these two?
No, he pinched me.
Okay, change chairs, move away, get a different spot, please. Absolutely juvenile. It's irritating for me, try to do a show and people are all, oh hi, I'm 5 years old. Nuts! I think you put it out. Excellent, thanks guys. Beautifully done. This guy saved our lives. This man. Right on. All right, grab your chair. Now, anything we repeat gets stronger automatically. So anything we do more than once builds up and builds up, like the pinching. If we trigger it again by snapping the fingers twice, like that. What now? What now?
She did it.
He pinched me, like...
Okay, can you please point to the person who did it? Okay, sit down for a second. Sit down. Come over here for a second. Here, what is your name?
Steph!
Key into this, Steph. I know who pinched you, and it wasn't that guy. We got it on video. Let me just check for it. It's all right. It's all right. It was reasonable. I thought it was him. Let me just check. Yeah, can you tell me who what? Okay, yeah, where? Oh yeah, I see him. I see him. This guy right here. That guy right there is the one who pinched you. You got him scared. He pinched you too. He pinched you as well. That guy pinched you. Okay, release on that, release. Okay, listen, here's what you gotta do. Here's what you gotta do. You got him scared, and you got him real scared. Now, good thing the lid was on it. We're okay. Here's what he hates. He hates the fact that we're onto him. So every now and then, just give him one of these so he knows you're watching him, okay? Good stuff. Excellent. Grab your chair again. Here we go. Now, did you hear that? I don't know if you heard that at all. It sounded really weird. I heard this unusual sound. It sounded right over near the mic stand. It sounded like somebody said, shut up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Nicely done. Unbelievable, isn't it? The things that happen up here. This thing has not shut up since I came up here. It's been melting off. Thank you. You know, we have a lot of ways of doing this.
So bad. Woo!
Awesome. And just go deeper now. Have a pleasant dream. Not too pleasant. And key into this. Something very interesting will happen. Something intriguing will happen. Anytime you hear me say full moon, you and only you, anytime I say full moon, you'll suddenly go, "Arrgh!" The cry of a werewolf. But the freaky thing is, you'll never realize you're the one doing it. You'll actually scare yourself every time it happens. Anytime I say full moon, you'll suddenly howl like a werewolf, and then you'll look around, try to see where it came from. It'll freak you out big time. On the count of 3, you'll be wide awake, and you'll think that you just were pushed out of your chair so hard that you were knocked unconscious and wound up over there. Ready? 1, coming out of it. 2, wide awake on 3 now. Oh, man, you okay? Oh, what an impact. You just went flying. You hit your head. Are you all right?
Yeah, it's okay.
I am so glad. Oh, gotta be careful, you know. Yeah, you show him. You show him. You know a thing about him? They said he's terrified of vegetables. Name some vegetables.
Vegetables, so like what, greens and stuff like that. Broccoli, spinach.
Fuck you, broccoli! That'll do it. Nice. Beautiful. Come over here for a second. Right over here. Look how nuts this gets. What's your name? You can't remember. What's your name? Take your time.
I don't remember.
I know. But you're gonna remember your name as soon as the microphone goes back in the stand. You'll only know your name when it's in the stand. And when I take it out, you'll forget it again. It'll be so frustrating. And when I put it in, you'll remember it. You'll be really glad. You'll run over to tell me. You'll take it out. You'll forget again. It'll be so frustrating. Here, I'll let you remember it for a second, like that. See, and it's gone again, like that. So you're gonna have to be really fast. Keep an eye. Get a spot. Keep an eye on this. You don't want to miss it if it comes back at any time. Try cabbage. Try cabbage with him. You see? Cabbage. Eat some cabbage, bitch. That constitutes the funniest line I've ever heard someone say on stage. That's freaking awesome. Hey, tell me, in your wildest dreams, in your worst nightmares, what? What's that? In your wildest dreams, in your worst nightmares, have you ever seen anything as horrifying as this? Sorry. Sorry. That was a bad one, isn't it? Come on back. Come on back. Sorry. Forgive me. These things happen. They usually happen too on a night when you got a big bright full moon up in the sky. What the heck was that? Somebody got a dog here or something? Did somebody bring a dog up here? Oh man. Absolutely horrific. I thought I told you to shut up! Thank you. Thank you. Nicely done. It's important. It was so well done. But your boots, are they blunnies? You got them on the wrong feet. You must have put them on wrong. I know. Fix them. You don't want to wear them wrong, because when you wear them wrong, they're uncomfortable. But when you put them back on right, like this, they're so much nicer. Do you know how they got on wrong? Do you know how it happened? It was that guy who was pinching them. He came up and he put them on your wrong feet. Yeah! Release. You got it on the wrong foot. Fix it. He did it again. He just did it then. He switched it.
What kind of person are you?
He's a shoe switcher. That's what he is. Unbelievable. Hey guys. Unbelievable. Do you know this? Have you ever seen this? That whole thumbs on the teeth thing, it's really weird, I know. But one thumb has no effect at all. It needs both of them. See, one is nothing. Nothing at all. Same with the other one. Nothing, right? Nothing. 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 Sorry. I'll show you something so weird. Come over here for a second. What is your name?
I'm Emerald.
That's a nice name. It's very nice. And you're gonna stay stuck in your chair, and you're gonna see this, and you're gonna see this, and you're gonna see this, and you're gonna see this. Watch this. I'm gonna take your nose and stretch it. Look at this. Look at this. Whoa! Isn't that amazing? Here, look. I'll spin it around here. Whoa! Here, run in. Run in. Here, run in. Yes. Nice. Fantastic. Release. Sorry, your nose is back. It's all right. It's normal again. I know. I like to bring back the name for the shortest possible period of time. I am talking 1/1000th of a second. Shut up! Thank you. Unbelievable. You got it. It's done. Watch it. Release. You release on it. It's repented. It's all right. Careful. Yeah, release on that. It's. Now, thank you. Speaking of which, while we're on the topic, man, you know people act nuts more often. There's a study done that when there's a full moon in the sky, it's the time when people go bizarre. What are you hiding back there for, man? What are you hiding for? What are you doing hiding back there?
I think it was his fault. Let's get lettuce.
It's always his fault. Key into this. Okay, this is gonna be a weird one. Breathe in, raise your hands now. Exhale, drop your hands, keep your eyes closed now. Key into this. When you hear me say the word superheroes, you will become a brand new superhero or supervillain instantly. You'll be a creative one that has never been seen before, with amazing powers. In the past, we have seen Chandelier Man, who can turn anyone into a fully functioning chandelier. We even saw Scarborough Man once. I said, "What is your power?" He said, "While you're on stage, I'm robbing your house." Interesting. One night we had Gas Girl appeared, and she was very kind and did not demonstrate her remarkable power. But when I say superhero, you'll be a brand new, fully formed superhero or supervillain. You'll leap to your feet with pride, and I'll come and ask some of you who you are and what you do, and you'll take it so seriously. Key into that. If you understand that, you can nod your head now. That's right. And open your eyes now. Come back to now. Hey. Hi, I'm 5 years old. It's fantastic. You know, remember, everything we've done up to this point is consistently built up. Any of the guys here have a wallet on them? You got one? Come over here for a second. What is your name?
Aryan.
That's cool. India? Oh. Sorry, just switching into Hindi for something to do. This is a very nice wallet. Now look at this, bro. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in my pocket for a second here. This will make sense in a moment. I'll just take your hand and sleep now. That's it, way down. Way down into trance. Key into this. Forget I got your wallet. That's it. That's not it, though. That's not all. In a minute, I'll take your wallet out of my pocket. You'll recognize it. I'll say, "I found a wallet on the stage here." You'll say, "That's mine." And you'll come running over. I'll give it back to you, and you'll be really glad. But then when I hold out my hand towards you, you'll give the wallet back to me again, and you won't realize you're doing so. And then I'll say, "I found a wallet." You'll recognize it. You'll say, "That's mine." And you'll come over, and I'll give it back to you. And every time I hold out my hand to you, you'll keep giving it back, but you'll do it unconsciously and won't know you're doing it. It'll get more and more baffling. You won't be able to figure out how I'm getting it. If you understand all this, you can nod your head now. And on the count of 3, the weirdest thing will happen. It's this. You'll be wide awake, and you'll think you were standing behind the chairs and dematerialized and floated in front of them and reappeared. It'll really freak you out. Ready, 1, coming out of it, 2, wide awake and materialize on 3 now. Whoa, man. What was that? What happened? You were back there.
Did I teleport?
I think you did. There's like this green shimmery light on you, and then you were sort of jumping around. You feel okay?
I think I'm fine.
Fine. Okay, man, go back there. You gotta be careful with this stuff. Really careful. Getting close to this starts to bring it back. It's like a field around it. Hey, the lost and found department here is amazing. I just found a wallet that's being handed in. I'd like to get this back to the owner if we could. Oh, is that yours? Oh, good, man. We just check, make sure it is in fact yours. These are strange times. People lose things. That's yours? That's your ID? That's great. I'm glad you got it. Take it back. I'm glad we sorted that out. It's a nuisance to lose your wallet. I lost mine. Had to send back to Britain to get my birth certificate. It was just a horrible thing. But I'm glad in your case, at least, we have sorted that out. So we are now going to go on to the next phase where we have a number of people here, and some of them are, in fact, superheroes. Who have we got today? Who are you?
I'm the fish master.
The what?
The fish master. I reeled in the fish.
The fish master. Who are you?
It's a secret.
It's a secret. Who are you?
Chairman.
Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. What is your power?
I throw chairs.
It's freaking awesome. Who are you?
I'm Boing Girl.
Boing Girl. What do you do?
Jump!
Boing! And she did. What else have we got? Who are you?
Plywood Man.
Plywood Man. What is your power?
I'll turn you into plywood.
You do it for us now? It's a full moon. You have to. Release. And everybody just, I found a wallet here. I'd like to get it back to the owner if we could. Oh, is that yours? Come over here, man. Could you just verify that is in fact yours? These are strange times. You got to be 100% sure that it's yours. I lost mine once. Had to send back to England to get another one. And that's you. Good, good. Put it away. That's it. Put it in your pocket and go sit down. That's it. Put it in your pocket and go sit down. I found a wallet here. I don't know if any of the guys are missing a wallet. I'd like to get it back to you. Is that yours, man? Could you check, make sure it is yours? These are strange times. Got to be 100% sure that you got your identification. I lost mine. I had to send back to England for it once. Just put it in your pocket and go back over there. That's right. Now, the funny thing is, I found this out by accident. Once you've done it 3 times, you don't need the wallet anymore. The words do it. Watch. Absolutely nothing. Found a wallet here. I don't know if any of the guys are missing a wallet. I'd like to get it back to the owner. Is that yours? Could you check your identification? Make sure that is in fact yours. I lost mine once. Had to send back to me. That's your ID. Good. Put it in your pocket and sit down. Thank you very much. Not only does he take nothing, he gives nothing back. Found a wallet here. I'd like to get it back to the owner if we could. Don't interfere. Put that in your pocket and right in your pocket and sleep now. Key into this. You will not give me the wallet again, but in a minute you're going to hear me mention a beeping sound. When I mention the beeping sound, your wallet will start beeping inside your pocket. It'll be the old style Star Trek communicator you're going to flip open, and you will be Captain Kirk stuck on a planet that's going to blow up. You will establish contact with the Enterprise. Get Scotty to beam you up. Take no excuses. You're the captain. You only will have a couple of minutes before the planet explodes. If you understand this, you can nod your head now. It'll start when the beeping sound starts. That's right. Ready? 1 coming out of it. 2. Wide awake on 3 now. Oh, get back there, buddy. Get your stuff. It's nice. Comfortable. Full moon. Let's release on that. Unbelievable. What was that beeping sound I just heard from somewhere? Something's beeping over here. Captain! Captain, are you there?
Scotty, beat me up!
Captain, I can barely hear you. I have to speak up.
Beat me up! The planet's about to explode!
Captain, I don't know if you realize the planet is about to explode.
Beat me up!
Captain, I'm just drinking my scotch.
Fuck, man, just beat me up!
Captain, you've only got 15 seconds left. What should I do?
Why are you such an asshole? Just beat me up, man!
Should I send Mr. Sulu down?
No, just beat me up!
Captain, your signal's breaking up. What did you say?
Beat me up, god damn it!
Release. You're talking your wallet. Look at this one. Shut up! Sorry about that. And key into the word X-ray. Look at the audience. X-ray vision working on the audience. Start raving naked. Come up to the front. Everybody left their clothing at home. This is unbelievable. A totally nude audience. Reverse. They can see you. Cover up. Cover up. Cover up. Release. Release, come on back. Let's have a big hand for our volunteers. We're gonna put them back together. Everybody grab a spot real fast and right on time. Focus here. Breathe in, raise your hands again. Exhale, drop your hands. Shh. Eyes closed now. Key into this. On the count of 3, you'll be wide awake to go back to the audience. You'll go down these steps and you'll go into the audience. You won't go too far back and you'll focus up here because I'm going to release you completely when you're in the audience. And once I do, it can't affect you anymore. No one else can trigger these things. Your brain has too many built-in safeguards. So on the count of 3, you'll be wide awake to go back. You'll feel amazing. You'll go back quickly. Make sure you get all your stuff. And you'll focus up here, and I'll tell you to release and forget all about this. You'll forget everything that happened until you walk into any washroom, even a little portable one. You'll instantly remember everything at that point. And it stops working on you when I release you. No one else can trigger these things. If you understand that, you can nod your head now. Ready, 1. Coming out of it, feeling amazing. Crank up your mood, best mood. It's gonna be the best year of your life here at Western. And 2, coming out of it and wide awake, rushing back on 3, now. Give these people a huge hand as we send them back to the audience. Make sure you got all your stuff. We'll give everybody a moment to get settled in. They won't talk to you very much for a little while, but that's quite normal. Find a spot, focus back up here.
Maybe.
There we go. Those of you who've just gone back, raise your hands so we can see where you are. You just gone back, wave lots, and key into this. Because we trigger the pinching again by snapping the fingers twice like that. People pinching all over the place. And release on that. And remember, release on that. Remember, tonight is a full moon. And release on that, release on that. And key into this. Look at this one. Sorry, release on that. And look around, the word is X-ray. People naked all around you, amazing power. Reverse, you are naked in the audience. And release again. And I think I just heard a beeping sound in the audience. Captain, are you there? Speak up, Captain, I can't hear you. The planet's gonna blow up. What should I do, Captain? Release, you're talking to your wallet again. Hey, Western, I gotta thank you for 43 years. God bless you all. Have a great year. Google Mike Mandel Hypnosis. Good night.
We are friends. We are friends. We are friends.
How was it?
Go back.
How was it?
So, it's not the best thing you've ever seen.
That was the funniest thing ever.
That was